the PlayStation 2. Unquestionably, one of the greatest consoles in video game history. Standing on top of the pile with 160 million units sold. It's been at the top of the mountain for many years, with a game library full of absolute classics. But is it though? What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am D. I am the Grim Gamer. Welcome back for another video, and I'm going to reiterate on that. So you've seen the title and the thumbnail. The PlayStation 2, the library for the PlayStation 2 has gotten me sort of divided right now at this point in my video game collecting. And here are the reasons why. So the PlayStation 2 I grew up with, and I absolutely loved it. But growing up, what I mostly played were wrestling games. I was a huge wrestling fan back then, so I played them all. As far as the SmackDown series goes, with Shut Your Mouth and Just Bring It, Here Comes the Pain. And then some off-the-wall ones that weren't so great with, the Backyard Wrestling, 1 and 2. And then with Legends of Wrestling. I mean, I had and played them all. It was just one of the main things that I played. And I did play some other things, some racing games and an occasional, action adventure game here and there, but it was pretty limited on what I was playing. Now, I didn't really start branching out a whole lot until the PlayStation 3. So the PlayStation 2, it's got an entire library full of games that I've never experienced. And over the past couple of years, I started really collecting 3 or 4 years ago. And as it currently stands, the PlayStation 2 is the console that I have the most games for in my collection. Now, it's not many, but compared to everything else, I've stretched myself very thin with doing this, because I'm currently collecting for 15 or 16 different consoles right now. Which I probably should not be doing, all at the same time. So, certain libraries get neglected and kind of forgotten about for a period of time until you go, oh, I think I need to look into that a little bit more. But the PlayStation 2 is what I have the most of. And over the past couple of years, I've started, looking into more of the library. And that's where I'm starting to have a little bit of trouble with this library. So, I just recently, over on the other channel, finished a full playthrough of Rogue Ops on the PlayStation 2. And it was not very good. I didn't really enjoy it that much. But yet there's other games on the console that I absolutely love, and a couple of them are some real favorites of mine. But as I've been collecting, I'm kind of torn on the library. Like, is the PlayStation 2 library really that good, or is it so-so? Obviously, selling, what I say, 160 million consoles and still being at the top. Now the Switch is creeping up there a little bit. It's trying to challenge with like 156 million at this point. But the PlayStation 2 wouldn't sell that many for no reason. And yet, the more I look into the library, the more I'm coming across these games that are just, they're not good. Now, so when I looked at some numbers, now mind you, this is just a quick little search, so I don't know how accurate these numbers are. But within the United States alone, the PlayStation 2 library consists of 1,700 to like 1,850 games. Now, worldwide, we're talking 3,500 to 4,400 titles for this console. I mean, that is a massive library. And with what I own, which is 58 games, that's just a drop in the bucket, right? That is a fraction of, this library. Not even the tip of the iceberg, so to speak. But, just looking at my shelf, I go, yep, good, good, good. So it's, am I not looking into the right games? Am I, just, there are some that I've handpicked because they're extremely cheap. And my thought is, well, there might be a sort of a hidden gem out there that nobody really talks about, or maybe it's one that kind of gets overlooked because, it may be like a clone of another very successful game, so it kind of slipped under the radar. Like trying to find games like that, but I'm not having great luck at it because, for every Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas or Jak and Daxter or Need for Speed Underground 2, we've got, Rune or Pirates, American Choppers, and what I mentioned earlier, Rogue Ops. So that's just a quick example, and I wonder, is the PlayStation 2 library really that good? Or am I just looking into the wrong games? Now, I have a bad habit, and I still have this habit to this day, that if there's a game that comes out and it gets the most amount of publicity, it blows up, and anybody and everybody is talking about it, how great it is, and it's just one of the best things ever, one of the greatest games of all time, I typically ignore it. I don't know why I'm like that. But it's like, well, if that many people love it and it's the greatest thing ever, I don't know. I guess I get sick and tired of hearing it. And it just ruins it for me. I want nothing to do with that. And when I even say that, it doesn't really make any sense. They're obviously being talked about in such high regard by so many people for a reason. But I don't know. A prime example right now is Grand Theft Auto 6. I am so sick and tired of hearing about Grand Theft Auto 6. I don't care. I don't want to hear about it anymore. And I probably will not play it. Well, I know I won't play it. It's only a digital release. That's a whole nother topic, and I've already kind of touched on that in a previous video, but I'm not going to play that. I don't care about it. I don't want to hear any more about it. I'm sick and tired of it. And, there are some games that have that level of publicity, that level of attention on it, then I feel that then they run the risk of, like going down in flames, because they cannot achieve that level of hype. Like when something's overhyped, it can't. Somebody's going to be disappointed somewhere. Again, I'm getting kind of off topic here, but with the PlayStation 2, as long as it's been out, all the games for it and everything else, a lot of the classics I felt like were getting either remastered. We might be seeing, newer digital releases on some of the digital storefronts, things of that nature, but I don't pay attention to those. I don't know which ones are really getting, the attention. So when I walk into any kind of game store, I search through this section, and, just like my collection here, I go to a game store, and the PS2 section is one of the biggest collections that any store has because there's just so many of them. And it's like, I'm at this point, I feel like I'm almost weeding through the garbage to find the good stuff. And I don't know if I should continue to do this, or maybe, I need to streamline my search of just, okay, what do people consider the best things, and maybe just focus on those. Forget picking up, throw it on the ground, sure. Forget picking up, a rune for $5. It's probably $5 for a reason. Forget picking up a Pirates, The Legend of the Black Buccaneer. It was like $5 for a reason. So maybe that's part of the problem. Everybody except for me knows, and I'm focusing on the wrong thing. there's I still enjoy walking into a place and picking one up off the shelf that I've never seen or heard anything about before. Like, ooh, I wonder what this is going to be. I wonder if I'm going to be able to enjoy this. What is it all about? And then several times now, I'd pop it in, I'd start playing it and just go, probably could have left that at the store. But on other hands, there's PlayStation 2 games that are iconic and will stand the test of time. And several of those that I have, but I guess I'm torn about how much more of this library do I need to look into. Am I just going to find more and more and more just disappointing, not so great games, or are there, games out there that I still have yet to discover for this legendary console that will just be amazing? It's just a very hard one for me, and so again, it's the console that I have the most games for as far as my collection goes. And I've kind of started getting away from the PlayStation 2, sort of ignoring it, so to speak. Because, okay, well, let me look over here. Let me see what this console has. What does this library have to offer? What about this one? What about that one? And this one's kind of being left behind now, and I feel like that's not fair. So, I don't know. Maybe y'all have some suggestions out there of some of the things that I can look into. Let me know in the comments. I'll let you know if I already have them or not. But I just, I guess I'm sick and tired of looking into this library, bringing these games home, and being disappointed. I want to find better games. I want to find ones that I'm really going to enjoy, and I want to do the PlayStation 2 justice as far as my collection goes, and I'm just having a hard time with it. So, now, mind you, just with a bunch of the other games in the collection, there are several that I do have that I haven't played yet. So I may have some here that once I play it, okay, yep, the God of Wars. I've never played any of the God of Wars, not a single one. So I have 1 and 2, haven't touched them yet. I mentioned Jak and Daxter, but I mean, a lot of people hold Jak and Daxter in high regard. I haven't played these either, so maybe this is another one that, another series of games that I'm really thoroughly going to enjoy. So maybe I'm doing this a little preemptively. Maybe I should be going through this library a little bit more before I start saying to myself, I don't I don't know about this PlayStation 2. I have a lot of fond memories of my days of the PlayStation 2 with the games that I did play when I was younger. But it's just getting into the ones that, I never played, which is a lot of them. And just not being completely satisfied with the games that I'm buying and the experience that I'm having with what I'm picking up for that library. So again, please let me know down in the comments below maybe some suggestions, what I should be looking for as far as the PlayStation 2 library is concerned, because we need some better games. I need some better games. I need some good games for the PlayStation 2 that I can, really be happy with having. It's like half of these, I feel like I probably could get rid of. Some of these, I don't know why I still have them. Other than the fact that, that can go up on the shelf. That is what we call shelf fluff. And I'm tired of my PS2 section being half shelf fluff, half, decent games. So, yeah, let me know in the comments below some of your favorite PlayStation 2 games, and that should give me an idea of some other games that I need to look into. What are some of your fondest memories of the PlayStation 2 with some of the games from this library? Please let me know. I guess that's really all I have to talk about in this one. I do want to say real quick, though, I want to say thanks for the support that I've been getting over the years, and this video makes the 700th video on the YouTube channel. So I want to say that I guarantee for anybody that enjoys gaming content out there, you'll find something here. I try to do a little something for everybody, and I hope you stick around and check out the vast library of videos that I have here, talking about games, playing games, unboxing games, all of that kind of stuff. It's all here. So please, check some of this stuff out. So that's going to be it for this one. I'm not really sure if there was really a point to this other than, help me. What's some PS2 games I need to look into, because I'm not, I'm striking out on a lot of these. I'm divided. I'm on the fence here about the PlayStation 2 library. So with that being said, that's going to be it for this one. If you liked it, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, so that you don't miss out on any other content coming to the channel, whether it's the live stream replays, the retro game hunting, which we've got a really cool one coming up just next week, so tune in for that, or whether it's top 5 playlists, or whether it's just whatever it is that I decide to do. So with that, I am the Grim Gamer. My friends call me D, and I will catch y'all next time.